4 nuts you must eat and 4 you should never touch if you are over 65. They don't want you to know this, but the nut industry is a trillion-dollar empire built on high-profit exports and slick marketing campaigns that sell you health while hiding the dark truth. The glossy ads show smiling models crunching pistachios or tossing almonds into their morning smoothie, but behind that image lies a reality seniors can't afford to ignore. Think about it. Why do these companies keep pushing the same nuts over and over again, even when studies prove they're dangerous for older adults? Because they don't care about your health. They care about profits. They know seniors trust labels like heart healthy and natural. But the truth is that the wrong nut in your diet could quietly destroy your muscles, weaken your bones, and rob you of your independence faster than sugar ever could. And here's the terrifying part. Shrimp isn't the only trap food you've been sold as healthy. Just like seafood, nuts are marketed as superfoods, but most people don't realize that one wrong choice can trigger kidney stones, artery blockages, or brain fog overnight. In this video, we will reveal the 4 worst nuts you must never touch, and the 4 you absolutely need daily if you want to protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and keep walking strong after 65. Stay with me, because the number 2 nut on the bad list is the one almost every senior has in their pantry right now, and the shocking science behind it will make you rethink every handful you've ever eaten. And unlike most videos that just throw claims at you, every single scientific reference is linked in the description below. But before we dive in, let me ask you, how old are you? Drop it in the comments. We are reading and replying to every single one of you. Now let's start with number 4 on the list of worst nuts you should never touch after 65. Number 4. Cashews. Cashews are marketed as gourmet, heart-healthy, and elegant. They're smooth, creamy, and often tossed into healthy trail mixes or sprinkled on salads. But for seniors over 65, cashews can be a silent health trap hiding under that golden shell. Here's why. Cashews are very high in oxalates, natural compounds found in certain plants. Oxalates are dangerous for seniors because they bind with calcium in your body to form crystals. Over time, these crystals can build up in your kidneys, turning into stones that cause excruciating pain and even permanent kidney damage. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition revealed that diets high in oxalates were directly linked to a 36% increased risk of kidney stone formation. For anyone over 65, when kidney function is already declining, this is not a small risk. Meet George, 70. He had switched from chips to cashews, thinking he was making a healthier choice. He loved grabbing a handful every evening, but within a year, he was diagnosed with high blood pressure and kidney stones. His doctor explained that the oxalates in cashews combined with his dehydration were the perfect recipe for stone formation. George was shocked. He replaced his cashew habit with walnuts and pistachios, and within months, his blood pressure dropped and his kidney health stabilized. What he thought was healthy snacking was quietly wearing his body down. Cashews might feel like a luxury nut, but after 65, they can quickly turn into a liability. The combination of oxalates, saturated fat, and sodium seasoning makes them risky for your kidneys, heart, and brain. But cashews aren't the only nut with a hidden danger. The next one is even more deceptive because it's praised as one of the healthiest nuts, yet for seniors, it can weaken bones and drain energy. Number 3. Macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts are often seen as exotic and luxurious. They're marketed as buttery, indulgent, and even used in fancy desserts and premium nut mixes. But for seniors over 65, macadamia nuts carry hidden dangers that most people don't realize until it's too late. The first issue is their extremely high fat content. Macadamia nuts are one of the fattiest nuts you can eat, with more than 21 grams of fat per ounce. While some of that fat is monounsaturated, the sheer calorie density makes them easy to overeat. For older adults with slower metabolisms, that excess fat translates directly into weight gain, belly fat, and higher cholesterol, all of which raise the risk of heart disease and diabetes. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who consumed calorie-dense snacks like macadamias were 42% more likely to experience metabolic syndrome, a dangerous cluster of high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and abdominal fat. Meet Linda, 69. She started eating macadamia nuts every afternoon, convinced they were a healthier snack than cookies. But after a year, she noticed her clothes fitting tighter, her energy dipping, and her doctor warning that her cholesterol was creeping up. Worse, she struggled climbing stairs and felt weaker during her morning walks. When she switched from macadamias to protein-rich walnuts, her weight stabilized, her cholesterol improved, and she regained the stamina she thought she had lost forever. What seemed like a luxury health food was actually draining her strength. And if you think macadamias are risky, the next nut on this list is even more dangerous. It's often roasted, salted, and sold by the bag in every supermarket. But for seniors, it's a direct path to weight gain, inflammation, and even higher cancer risk. But before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 2. Pecans. Pecans look innocent. They show up in pies, cookies, nut mixes, and holiday snacks. Many people even think they're as healthy as almonds or walnuts. But for seniors over 65, pecans can be one of the most deceptive and damaging nuts you can eat. The biggest problem with pecans is their extremely high fat and calorie load. Just 1 ounce of pecans, barely a small handful, contains 200 calories and over 20 grams of fat. While most of that fat is unsaturated, the sheer density makes it dangerously easy to overeat. For seniors with slower metabolisms, this quickly leads to weight gain and belly fat. And abdominal fat is not harmless. It's active, inflammatory tissue that pumps out hormones and chemicals that raise blood pressure, worsen insulin resistance, and damage blood vessels. A 2014 study published in the Journal of Gerontology found that seniors with more belly fat were at a 56% higher risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Meet Harold, 72. He loved pecan pie and kept a jar of candied pecans on his kitchen counter. He told himself, "They're nuts. They must be healthy." But within 2 years, he had gained 15 pounds, developed prediabetes, and his doctor told him his cholesterol was climbing. Harold was stunned. He thought he was doing his body a favor. After switching to high-protein pistachios and walnuts instead, Harold not only lost the weight but felt stronger and more energetic than he had in years. Pecans weren't helping him. They were holding him back. Pecans might look like a harmless snack, but after 65, they can accelerate every health problem you're already trying to fight. And if pecans are a hidden danger, the next nut on this list is the biggest offender of all, the one you must absolutely avoid if you value your heart, your kidneys, and your brain. Number 1. Peanuts. Peanuts are everywhere. Peanut butter, peanut oil, peanut snacks. Americans alone eat over 7 pounds per person every year. They're marketed as cheap protein, heart-healthy, and kid-friendly. But here's the harsh truth. For seniors, peanuts can be the single most dangerous nut you could eat. The first red flag is that peanuts aren't even true nuts. They're legumes. And unlike tree nuts, peanuts carry a unique and serious risk: aflatoxin contamination. Aflatoxins are toxic molds that grow on peanuts during storage, especially in warm, humid conditions. The World Health Organization classifies aflatoxin as a Group 1 carcinogen, the same category as asbestos and tobacco. Long-term exposure is strongly linked to liver cancer and kidney damage. Seniors with weaker detox systems are far more vulnerable, and even low doses can silently accumulate over time. Take Eleanor, 74. She ate peanut butter toast every morning for 20 years. She thought it was a wholesome, simple breakfast. But in her early 70s, she developed fatty liver, prediabetes, and constant knee pain. When her doctor advised cutting peanuts and switching to almond butter, she reluctantly agreed. Within 6 months, her blood sugar stabilized, her liver enzymes improved, and her joint pain eased. What she thought was her safest breakfast habit had been damaging her from the inside out. Peanuts may be cheap and popular, but for seniors, the cost to your health is staggering. If you care about your heart, your liver, your kidneys, and your brain, peanuts should be the first nut you cross off your list. Now that we've revealed the 4 worst nuts seniors should avoid, let's shift gears. Because not all nuts are bad. In fact, some are true superfoods that protect your muscles, sharpen your memory, and extend your independence. And the number 4 nut on the must-eat daily list may shock you with how powerful it is. Number 4, pistachios. If you've ever enjoyed cracking open pistachios one by one, you might be surprised that this small habit could also be one of the most powerful health moves you can make after 65. Pistachios are more than a tasty snack. They are nutrient-packed green gems that hold one of the best nutrient profiles of any nut. They are rich in protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants that protect your cells from damage as you age. A single ounce of pistachios gives about 6 grams of protein, which is almost as much as an egg. That's huge for seniors who are fighting muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, which steals strength and independence silently over the years. Science backs this up. A study published in Nutrients in 2020 found that older adults who regularly consumed pistachios showed improved muscle protein synthesis, which is the process your body uses to build new muscle tissue. For seniors, that means fewer falls, better walking speed, and more independence. Meet Eleanor, a 70-year-old retired teacher. She had always thought of nuts as guilty snacks, something to nibble on during the holidays. But after her doctor warned her about declining muscle strength and prediabetes, she started eating a handful of pistachios each afternoon instead of cookies. Within 3 months, she noticed she wasn't as exhausted climbing the stairs. Her blood sugar readings also dropped significantly, something she hadn't achieved in years. Eleanor's story isn't rare. Pistachios are one of the few nuts proven to improve blood sugar control because they have a unique blend of protein, fiber, and healthy fats that slow the release of sugar into the bloodstream. A controlled trial in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition showed that people with type 2 diabetes who ate pistachios daily had 20% lower blood sugar spikes compared to those who didn't. That kind of protection matters because seniors face higher risks of insulin resistance, and pistachios can act almost like a natural glucose shield. The best part is how easy they are to add. Buy them in the shell and let the cracking process slow you down, which naturally helps with portion control. And while pistachios pack a punch, the next nut on our list brings even greater power for bones and brain health, something most seniors don't realize until it's too late. Number 3. Almonds. Almonds have been praised for centuries as a symbol of nourishment and longevity, and modern science finally explains why. These small, crunchy nuts are packed with protein, vitamin E, magnesium, and healthy fats that the aging body desperately needs. What makes almonds stand out is their unique balance of nutrients that specifically protect the brain, the heart, and the bones, 3 areas where seniors are most vulnerable. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition revealed that eating just 1 handful of almonds daily improved HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol, by nearly 20% in older adults, while simultaneously lowering dangerous LDL cholesterol levels. That shift alone can dramatically reduce heart attack and stroke risk after 65. But heart health is only the beginning of the almond story. Meet Susan, 70. She always kept a small pack of almonds in her purse, thinking of them as nothing more than a quick snack. One day, her doctor told her that her bone density scans showed signs of early osteoporosis, a silent disease that causes bones to weaken and break more easily with age. Instead of resorting immediately to heavy medication, she doubled down on almond intake because she learned that magnesium, found abundantly in almonds, directly supports bone mineralization and density. Within months, paired with walking and sunshine for vitamin D, her follow-up scans showed a significant slowdown in bone loss progression. What felt like a harmless snack turned out to be one of her body's secret defenses against aging. The best way to eat almonds is raw or lightly roasted without salt, sugar, or candy coatings. They can be soaked overnight to make them easier to digest and even blended into almond milk for those who struggle with chewing. The key is consistency. Just a small handful a day is enough to make a measurable difference in health. But as powerful as almonds are, there's one nut that beats them when it comes to essential mineral support for seniors, and it's often overlooked. Number 2. Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are unlike any other nut on the planet because they are the richest natural source of selenium, a trace mineral that becomes a life or death nutrient as we age. Selenium works like the body's master antioxidant switch, activating powerful defense systems that shield cells from oxidative stress, reduce inflammation, and even support thyroid and brain health. The shocking truth is that just one single Brazil nut can contain more than 100% of your daily selenium requirement. That means these nuts are not just food. They are essentially nature's supplement wrapped in a crunchy shell. For seniors, where every bite counts, this is priceless. Take Robert, a 68-year-old grandfather who felt constantly fatigued. He chalked it up to just getting old, but his doctor discovered that his thyroid hormones were sluggish. The thyroid gland, your body's energy regulator, depends on selenium to convert inactive thyroid hormone, T4, into its active form, T3. Without enough selenium, energy drops, metabolism slows, and even memory starts to fade. Robert's simple habit of eating 2 Brazil nuts daily gave his thyroid the raw material it needed to fire back up. Within weeks, his energy returned, his mood stabilized, and his family noticed he was sharper in conversations. What he thought was aging was really a silent mineral deficiency. But here's the catch. Brazil nuts are so powerful that you can actually get too much selenium if you overeat them. Eating 5, 6, or more daily on a regular basis can push selenium levels too high, leading to brittle nails, hair loss, or digestive issues. For seniors, the safe sweet spot is 1 to 2 nuts a day, no more, no less. That tiny habit could mean a sharper brain, stronger thyroid, and healthier heart. Still, even though Brazil nuts are extraordinary, they are not the number 1 nut for seniors. Because there's one nut that goes beyond minerals and antioxidants. It actually changes the way your brain and heart age at the cellular level. Number 1. Walnuts. Walnuts are in a league of their own when it comes to protecting seniors from the 2 deadliest threats of aging, heart disease and dementia. Unlike other nuts, walnuts are uniquely loaded with plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, known as alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which act as powerful anti-inflammatories inside the body. While almonds and pistachios are excellent, they cannot match walnuts' ability to rebuild brain cell membranes, improve blood vessel elasticity, and directly combat the root causes of cognitive decline and cardiovascular failure. In fact, researchers have found that seniors who consume walnuts regularly have a 47% lower risk of developing dementia compared to those who never eat them. That's not a minor benefit. It's the difference between staying sharp at 80 or slipping into memory loss years earlier. Take Mary, a 72-year-old retired teacher who had been noticing small slips in her memory. She'd walk into a room and forget why she entered or misplace her keys more often than before. She feared she was losing herself. Instead of accepting decline, she began adding a small handful of walnuts to her morning oatmeal every day. Within a few months, she reported sharper recall, better focus, and less brain fog. This isn't surprising. Walnuts are proven to improve synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to form and strengthen connections. That means Mary wasn't just slowing decline, she was actively rewiring her brain for resilience. Walnuts also contain rare compounds like ellagic acid, which fights cancer by slowing the growth of tumor cells, and melatonin, which helps regulate sleep cycles naturally. For seniors struggling with insomnia, a handful of walnuts before bed could improve both the quality and depth of sleep, leading to better recovery, stronger immunity, and sharper mental clarity during the day. No other nut offers this combination of brain protection, heart health, fat burning, cancer defense, and sleep regulation. Walnuts are truly the king of nuts, and for seniors, they are not optional, they are essential. Just one small serving a day, around a quarter cup, can mean the difference between fragile aging and thriving longevity. And there you have it, four nuts that could be silently damaging your heart, your memory, and even your kidneys, and four powerhouse nuts that can rebuild your brain, strengthen your joints, and keep you feeling decades younger. Seniors who add just one handful of the right nut daily see incredible differences in energy, focus, and strength. But choose the wrong ones, and you could be doubling your stroke risk overnight without even realizing it. So the question is, are you going to keep eating the nuts the food industry has been pushing for profit, or will you switch to the ones proven to extend your health and independence after 60? Let me know in the comments. What's your favorite nut? And have you noticed a difference in your health when you eat it regularly? We're reading and replying to every single comment. If you found this eye-opening, hit that like button, share it with a friend who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more life-saving senior health videos every week. Stay strong, stay sharp, and as always, your health is in your hands. If you've got any questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching.